You doing today?
Excellent.
Uh, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moguling Club. Today, we have an amazing topic to get into it. You are unstoppable for success. You
Yes,
are
yes.
unstoppable for success. So, we were just talking. Let's hop right into it. And I'll give a real quick introduction about Moguling. We're gonna get right into this amazing topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, Moguling is a term that I coined back in 2014, and it means one with a relentless work ethic to be successful with determination and motivation beyond measure. So, ladies and gentlemen, come be empowered with amazing, breathtaking empowerment that ignites you to move forward in your life. My name is Michael Coleman. I am the CEO and founder of Moguling Capital. We are a financial and credit company where you can obtain installment loans from $5,000 to $10,000 that report to the bureau with a positive history payment. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can contact us at moglingcapital@gmail.com and click on the link to go and start getting your installment loans to help build your credit. It's very easy, very amazing. You pay a small fee each month, and you have that installment loan reported to your credit um, bureaus and increasing your credit scores there. Uh, Mr. Carlo Joseph is, of course, always here, the host as well. And I'm going to have Mr. Carlo Joseph introduce himself. Carlos?
Yeah. Good evening. Good day. Hi everybody. Welcome for an amazing session. My name is Carlo Joseph. I'm very thankful. I'm honored to be a part of this topic, be a part of this moguling group with all the future moguls. Um, Again, Carlo Joseph. I'm with a company called Clear Vision, Clear Path Inc. We specialize and we operate more so like a venture capitalist company, but we're different in the aspect is that we do joint venture funding, which means we partner with entrepreneurs, mainly entertainment entrepreneurs, film producers, directors, writers. So we do film production, television production, music production, video games, apps, you name it. So we raise the capital first. We fund, we create. So we're part of the creative process. We provide the capital. We market and we distribute entertainment content, and as well as we've launched our own streaming service, as well as Mikkel has a streaming service, Mikkel MCS Live streaming service. So we have Clear Vision TV now, and also we consult, and also we also invest in other startups and entrepreneurs. So we're the alternative to the stock market, and in every I'll say obstacle and challenge, there's an opportunity. So we provide opportunities. So people call them solutions because everybody's looking for other alternatives other than the stock market, other than insurance, other than real estate. So what Mikkel and the Moguling Group has done is we've provided we provided other alternatives. So we're the future solutions in a lot of industries. Mikkel does fashion, MCS Light does water, but and right now with the credit and right now with the financing. See, what we're going to talk about, you're unstoppable for success. And I'm just flowing here. That's why, because you have many different streams of revenue. It's okay. You do it all. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about doing it all for all the mothers that are wives, mothers, sisters, daughters. Everybody does, I'll say this bluntly. It's like everybody pays more than one bill. So it's the same thing. Just like you probably have 4 or 5 basic bills, or I don't know, maybe up to 12 expenses. Well, it's the same thing. Look at having 12 companies, 12 streams of income, 12 investments, 12 things that pay you, 12 things that provide for you, rain, sleet, or snow, whether you work or not. So we're going to get into it, but I just wanted to let everybody know and make an introduction and to the host, Mikkel. Thank you, Mikkel.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very, very, very amazing introduction, Mr. Carlo Joseph. So we're gonna just get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Moguling Club. Of course, this is Moguling Talk. You are unstoppable for success. You have to know that you are unstoppable for success, and we're going to empower you to be assured that you are unstoppable for success. So, Carlo, let's just go ahead and get into it. We were talking right before we um, hopped on this clubhouse, and we were having a very intense and powerful conversation. And we were talking about the aspect of your future projections and the aspect of being unstoppable for your success. So, Carlo, let's pick that back up. As we were saying, and let's talk about that aspect of you know future projection. Like when you see in yourself as an entrepreneur, you know
Mhm.
you have to have those future projections. Let's get back into it and we
Yeah,
were talking
yeah.
earlier.
Okay. Well, along with okay, and we'll start. We'll go step by step. Yes, it's the forward-looking statement. So this is vision driven, and the forward-looking statement is something I share with Mikkel, and I'll go ahead and say it. Where I put something out, and it said 20 billion. We raised 20 billion to $2 trillion. So that was 10 years ago, right? I put an ad out. It was so, and I was telling Mikkel the same thing. That's a forward-looking statement. So when you write a pitch deck, when you write an executive summary, and you do projections, you do financials, you do incomes, the balance sheet, and all, and you're doing it based on where you want to be, not where you are. That's a forward-looking statement, and that's what takes them takes them from the invisible to the visible, takes the future and brings it into the present, or brings their present situation into their future. And it's like a slingshot. I'm getting excited because now I see it. The forward-looking statement snatches you out of where you are now. I don't care what you have, what you don't have. I don't care what's in the bank, what you owe, what you don't owe, what you can pay, what you haven't been able to pay. Yes, the forward-looking statement is like a vision statement, but it's more refined and defined by numbers and projections based off of what everybody in the current market is doing. And I'm going to give this back to Mikkel, because Mikkel in the fashion world and Mikkel in the show world, which is stage plays and shows, and Mikkel also in the television production world will understand and better explain this by the numbers. There's already people that do the type of plays Mikkel has done. He's already experienced this in his future, in his past, and his future. So he already knows there's a market share. He already knows what revenues can be made from the merchandise. You've already lived that, correct, Mikkel?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Same thing with Sweet Revenge of a Bitter Woman. You already seen what that movie has done to the theme of $78 million in the name of success. Yes, that's so when you put out five similar movies like that, the forward-looking statement would be, we're gonna make more than $78 million. That's fine. That's a forward-looking statement.
Absolutely.
Based on what also has but it's also another part of that where you can make a forward-looking statement like Avatar. So me and you, we're gonna go with Avatar, and we're gonna go with the Titanic, the largest grossing films ever, now the Avengers. Before them, Mikkel, if I pray you can remember it. Does anybody get that big yet? Before Titanic, before Avatar, and now before Avengers? Did anybody cross the $2 to $3 billion threshold worldwide in the box office before those three movies? Yes or no?
No, I don't believe so.
That's a forward-looking statement. So somebody had to break. You know this. Records of you ran track, you played sport. Records are meant to be broken. Now everybody like, who held? Oh man, there was a record held in the Olympics. The long jump record was a 30, almost a 34, 35-year-old record. And it was broken. I mean, that was like one of the longest standing. What I'm basically submitting to everybody under the sound of my voice around the world, whoever's listening, your forward-looking statement is gonna happen. See,
Ab-
it happens when people don't have the rent money, and then they come up with the money. But listen to what they say. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna find a way. See, they don't be like, oh, what are we gonna? No, the statement pulls you. It pulls it into like non-existent into making it existent. It's
Exactly.
almost like it's like a slingshot or the bungee. You're being pulled back. The further you're being pulled back, or a beach ball, the further you're getting pulled back or being held back, and then when you're released, you just take off to that forward-looking statement, to that vision, to that plan. Okay, we're gonna keep it real practical to them written goals. Every goal that is written will be handled. That's why people talk about manifest. They're having trouble. No, they're having a problem. They're having trouble sticking to what they wrote. They're having trouble staying focused on where they're going, which would be the forward-looking statement, versus where they are. Where they are is sort of like being pulled back like a slingshot, or like a beach ball in a pool or water trying to push it down. Me and you both know it's going to shoot back to the top.
Exactly.
And that's what that statement does. And that it lines up with our statement, you're unstoppable for success. If people would look at all of the topics we've had thus far, this is like a blueprint. This is like a step by step, line by line, super simple, practical way for people to start from zero and walk their way into the life they want.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
you cannot let people tell you you're not okay. Today, what's today? What's today? Thursday?
Today's Thursday. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
May 19th.
May 19th, Thursday, May 19th. So 15 Thursdays from now, you're gonna have $500,000. That's a forward speaking statement. But the ghetto, well, I was about to say something negative, but people trying to tell you you ain't got $500,000, that doesn't mean you're not gonna have it. You might not physically have it now, but you're just like we was driving from LA to the East Coast, I was driving from the East Coast. You're on your way to it. That's why
Exactly.
it's called a forward-looking statement. You don't go backwards. You got me on this today, Mikhail.
Go
You
forward.
don't go. Your
Yeah.
success, and this is for everybody listening. Your success is not in the past. We can just stop that right now.
There you
Cut
go.
off everything that happened, good, bad, or it's not back there. You ever like been driving and you've been looking for like well most you got your license and registration is not in the back seat when the officer pulls you over. Don't be looking, but you reach for it in the thing and you pull it. You don't reach back, especially in this comment. Officer, what are you doing looking back? No, you everything's forward, eyes straight ahead, right? I hate to use that example, but that's what came to me at the moment, right? You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Is there any you gonna be looking back when no, you keep your eyes straight. Yes, no, same thing. The reason why we're gonna tell people they're unstoppable for success because all your success is in front of you, not behind you, not with what you did or didn't do, not with how much money you lost it in, not with your credit score, not with your loan, not with your car payments. It's ahead of you. Because if we can get you guys to go forward and keep executing forward. Okay, I sent 5 emails out today, right? Let's give it practical. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I called 3 people today, right? Now you see the momentum, right? I sent
Exactly.
out like 4 or 5 things today. Now every day, right? They may seem like they're not going nowhere, but they're planning forward. They're continually going forward because they're executing forward. They're not de-escalating or they're not being discouraged by people have to watch this. Everybody's that's unstoppable success. You cannot have people around you reminding you of what's wrong. We already know that. Thank you. I don't care who it is. I'm sorry, mothers. I have one and I love my mom, but I'm gonna say mothers especially. This is not a worry club. There's not time for that.
Exactly.
The solutions are not in the problem. The solutions are the solutions. The solution comes to wipe away the problem. And
Exactly.
all the solutions are for it. Put a goal out there, a forward-looking statement out there so big that you would be shocked if you obtain it. And that's what's going to happen.
There you go.
We got
Absolutely.
to go for the unexpected. We got to go for the impossible and make it possible. Who had
I,
that? Burger King, the
I love that.
Impossible Burger?
Go for the unexpected. Make it possible.
Yeah,
Yes.
go for the impossible and make it possible. It's like a light switch. Just turn it on. It's dark. You know what I'm seeing now is everybody has an opportunity to success, and wealth and success is created. If you don't quit, it's gonna happen. If you don't let other people talk you out of it, and other people give you their fears, and other people say, "Well, how are you gonna pay?" I love when people ask me that. I said the same way it got paid last time. You didn't pay for it, and everybody know these type of people. They have, what you gonna do, right? And while they got the money to help out, they're not gonna help out, which is good, so they can't reap out of the success. That's what makes everybody great in moguling.
Yes.
This is an ongoing thing. This is a clear, simple thing. What you do not have is not the issue. What you're going to obtain is the solution. What you're lacking is not the issue. It's like, we probably got some young people listening. Once they make up their mind, they go into college, they graduate, and they got the acceptance letter, they start working their way towards it. They don't try to figure, oh, where we gonna get the money? It's coming. All of the stuff just comes together. But you must go towards your goal. And
Exactly.
everybody on here's goal is success. To be better and better, richer and richer, wiser and wiser, more generous. This is another thing I got to touch on. The reason why everybody's unstoppable, you know, and everybody's the success is unstoppable, is because it's no longer going to be about you.
Mm-hmm.
On
Yes.
your way to the top, ladies and gentlemen, on your way to success, big success, you're going to be very generous. See,
Absolutely.
that's the doorway, that's the gateway. All selfishness will cease, all self centeredness will cease. All of it. Me and you both got iPhones, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Remember what we talked about earlier? Steve Jobs. I'm not going to get into it. But there's legacy and there's trillions. See, this is not going to be like a shock and surprise to me. Everybody that writes down their goals, just remember it's going to happen. Because I know right now everybody has the typical goals. Oh, get a house, car, buy my mama a house, my kids, set up education. And, you know, they have that one generational goal. And they have the right now goals, right? That's what I call them. The
Mm-hmm.
here and now. You gonna make me sing Luther Vandross song. I like that song. Here and now. But I ain't gonna get into it. That's where they are right now. But the forward looking statement, I love Luther. It's not a
Right.
here and now thing.
Absolutely.
It's forward looking. It's it's the future. The future is now. But
Exactly.
but the success is now. But it's in going towards it. And here it is. The more and more efficient, the more and more effective, the more and more you keep everything clear and easy and simple, and the more and more you keep a healthy atmosphere. That means no negative people. The past, whatever happened has already happened. Each
You-
one of us will be blessed and fortunate we're going to see a new day. That
Yeah.
new day has brand new benefits and brand new mercies. Something happened to me today, and I shared it with Mikkel. I got a solution so early in the morning. I was just like, whoa. And it's so simple because I was telling Mikkel about it. It
Mm-hmm.
was about it was about a prior success. Now I have to say this to everybody.
Yes. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's let everybody know
Okay,
about.
I told Mikkel this. No, I gotta make Mikkel. Mikkel, you're gonna make me laugh. I was telling Mikkel, I said, Mikkel, you don't need money to put advertising out, and you don't need money to raise money or get money. I said, Mikkel, I put an ad out. I'm not gonna say the name of the site. I had one of my partners put it out. It brought me 3 investors. One put up, I think, 160 grand or 250 grand. One put up 80. One put up 50. And all it was is that I wrote what I needed, and that was it. And I put it out. I put out. They call it post today, like all the bloggers and all that. Yes, the kids with the lemonade stand. I bought some lemon. It's the same thing. And I said, well, okay, Mikkel, it worked for me before. I said, well, let me do it again. And
Mm-hmm.
this time when I looked, it was even better. The classified ads, those are free. Whatever you're looking for, put an ad out
Yes.
and it's going to come to you. Okay. and I don't know where you live, Mikhail, so I could just tell you where I live. They always put them signs out, yard sale or estate sale, because I stay in a kind of wealthy, affluent area.
Well, I'm in
And
Hollywood, so hey, same.
yeah, so you get what I'm saying.
Right,
Now,
Hollywood, California. So yes.
that was a free ad. And oh yeah, this for the people that throw parties. Like, let me say this. Yeah, we on it. It's club people, and I'm not promoting it. They put it out right then and there. It'd
Mm-hmm.
be right that same night and it still be packed. So there's the power of word of mouth, the power of advertising is never going away. It's just the people willing to put it out. It's the same thing like what we do, Mikhail, what you do. Once
Exactly.
we make them film or we get a product, we got to put it out.
There you
And
go.
here's the part where it's addition and multiplication. And Mikhail's been on the road, so he know what I'm about to say is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's the multiplication. Are you willing to bring this stage presence to all 50 states? Are you willing to go city to city, state to state, and bring it to the people?
Yeah.
And then we'll flip it. Now you brought it to them in person, right? Are
Mm.
you willing to give that same effort to make it accessible to the masses of these people digitally, big screen, TV, cable? Are you, do you see? So do you see there's also a responsibility to bring your product and service to your client and customers and make it easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing about distribution. That's why all the distribution channels make so much money. Remember you told me the same thing about the people with the water, right? The people
Exactly.
that do your juice and all that, right?
Yes.
Same thing. You can't see that and I don't want to use the word. We'll stay on the positive. You got to stay diligent. That's why I said on your way to your destination, your promise, your successful place, all selfishness will leave you. It will. Because you're gonna understand this was bigger than you from the jump. The only person that was stopping and holding it back was you. You know, when they say a judge has to recuse themselves, recusal, this
Mm.
whole journey is about recusing ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every true entrepreneur know what I'm saying is true.
Mm. Yeah.
Every reason for why you didn't want to do it was because of you. Well, my children need this. And I remember Luther Vandross, that's the new one, Here and Now. Right?
Yeah.
That's I love it. That's where everybody's stuck at. They're stuck in the here and now. The forward-looking statement snatches you out of the here and now and takes you to your successful place. On I used to say this all the time, straight to the top, non-stop.
It
So
puts you into that future, that
yes,
future vision, that future
and it
pursuit.
brings the opportunity. It gets you prepared. Like, I
Yeah.
jump rope and I'm supposed to do push-ups there and I work out. Remember you told me you was taking the Moguling stuff? We go.
Said it
Remember you
again.
said we was taking the Moguling thing, right? We was taking the Moguling thing on the road, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Tour.
Uh-huh. Remember you said that we was doing it on the road?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Right. We got
So I'm just getting prepared to get in front of masses of people.
exactly. So that when you all see us in person, you're gonna know that we already there. We already prepared. We already
They're
this is
like, man, I didn't know he was that chubby. I don't want people saying that. So Mikhail be laughing. I played sports. We want to present ourselves as moguls. You know what I'm saying?
oh, we are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And that
We're
comes
more see. Oh,
success. Go ahead.
and
I'm sorry.
Mikhail, one thing I gotta tell you this too. Everybody, this is a journey. This is a prosperous journey. This is a successful journey.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you have, all you have is all you need. When you need money, you're gonna have it. If you don't have the money yet, you probably don't have the thing to exchange for the money yet, perfected yet. And it's constant. It's just like diligence. This is a constant, diligent pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're taking a million steps, it may be your million and two step or your million and fifth step that break this thing out. So don't let time discourage you. Because this is not like a job. Remember, you're creating the job. You're the ones that's going to have the payroll for 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. And you got to make sure that payroll can pay for the next 20, 30, or 40 years. So what you're learning is to go without a paycheck. Remember we talked about that too, right, Mikhail?
Yes.
succeeding without the money first, and
Mm-hmm.
then when you learn to create the money from no money, I think we need to go. This is what makes you unstoppable.
Yeah. I think that's the aspect of when you're able to create money from no money. That's
Yes.
that makes you super unstoppable because you're creating from a place where you didn't have anything. So you that's one thing I love about when I toured with Tyler Perry years ago when he was first starting out. The investors, the reason why they love investing in Tyler was because they could invest a small amount of revenue
Mhm.
and get a huge return. Now, when I say a small amount,
No,
to
say that again, Mikhail. Say the same thing. We'll say 10x. They
right,
say give the people a real number because so they'll know that's how venture capitalists get wealthy. They
okay.
invest in companies and they get 10 times, 20 times, 100 times their money.
So, for example, let me share with you all. I saw some financial statements, okay, years ago, and this was the invest. They 10x their money. More actually more than 10x their
Trying to
money
get them this
on
on
this
this phone.
particular investment. It was an investment for a motion picture. The first movie that Tyler did, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and one investor put in $250,000. The other investor put in $275,000, and the 10x or the 1000x that they received back, one received 2.5 million back return, and the other received $2.7 million return on their investment. So they were that's the power of 10x, 100x when you invest in something and seeing and being able to see the future aspect of that. And I was going somewhere with that, where you have to um already be able to have your future projections laid out so that you move into your success that way. um and I want to also share that by me seeing that, I was able to understand the aspect of abundant business, you know uh, being unstoppable for success. Even with Tyler, whatever he went through, homelessness, the whole nine, he was unstoppable for success because he saw what? He had a forward thinking, he saw the future. He didn't see his circumstances at that very moment. Yes, he was homeless and living in a car, but he saw something in the future, so he had to continuously move forward toward that. Same thing with myself and Carlo. With myself, I was paralyzed. When I was paralyzed in 2004, I didn't see myself, being in a wheelchair. I saw myself up walking again. I saw myself up playing with my kids. So I had a forward thinking of vision, and I got out that situation because I was already visualizing myself in the future. And in the future, it did not have me being paralyzed. So I could not be in that state because I was already in the future mentally. So I just want to share with everyone, you got to be unstoppable for your success. Be unstoppable for your success. Have that forward thinking. Start laying out those numbers. As Carlo mentioned, I did a movie titled Sweet Revenge of a Bitter Woman that became the motion picture Obsessed. The movie generated $73 million. So you take that $73 million and you multiply it times 10 movies, times 20 movies. You're already at $1 billion, right at a billion, with 10 movies that are earning $73 million. More than likely, chances are, the more movies you do, the more they're going to gross. So let's say $73 million is the low end, but you do 10 movies, do 20 movies, you're already at $2 billion. So you're already a billionaire from just doing, multi-billionaire from doing 20 movies. And let's say you do I'll have other business that I've been blessed to be in. Clothing line. If you do the research, the projection, high-end luxury clothing brands did over do over $186 billion collectively together. So on the average, your average company does about $17 billion annually. Okay, $17 billion annually. This is individual. So you take that right there, high-end luxury clothing brand, movies, $2 billion, clothing brand. Let's just say we do 30% of that, 30% of 17 is right around $5.5 billion. Now you calculate that $5.5 billion annually now, projection, okay, plus the 2 billion, that now you're at $7 billion. Now you're talking about the aspect of other companies such as the water company, which projections are about another $1 billion over a course of a year or two, couple years. Then the banking industry. Now I know a lot of you all don't probably know the actual projections or numbers that banks do. I'm talking about your major companies. They do hundreds of billions of dollars every year. JP Morgan takes did $127 billion last year. Okay, that's 2021. So we're now in the financial banking industry where, in the credit industry, now you're talking about, okay, we at what, $9 billion. Okay, then you get into the banking industry. Let's just say we do 10% of what one of these banks do. Now you're talking about we had $12.7 billion plus 10 billion. There we go. We've just hit our projection of $20 billion to the $2 trillion mark. So it can be done. You just have to lay out your numbers. You got to have your projection. You got to have your vision so big that you're 10xing your visions. You're 10xing your business. And that's how you be unstoppable for success. That's my breakdown. And I hope that empowered everyone who's listening to our voices. I know that empowered you all. I know, listen, we're amped up. I'm amped. I'm hyped up. And that's amazing, Carlo. I'm going to let you go ahead and jump in on that.
No, no, Mikhail, that was excellent because, like,
Thank
you really laid it out for because you did both. You said what you guys were projecting. You said with the industry because remember I told you that.
you.
Like,
Yes.
I mean, even the analysts and all the institutional investors, they have people. So whenever whatever industry you in, whether you guys know it or not, you're stepping into that market share. So you could get a percentage, or market share means if it's $100 billion industry, that's what the industry makes, say hotels or whatever, 9 billion or whatever, 900 billion, and you come in there and get 10% of that, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
now at like, what did I say, 9 billion. So you're at 900 million. If it's 900 billion, then you're at $90 billion. That's the forward looking state. That's the projection. And it's real simple. Say there was like 10,000 hotels, and all you had to do was acquire like 1,000 of them, and you would meet your goal. So, but I really love what you said, and I think the audience needs to know that challenges and circumstances will come, just like sports. Because remember, it says you're unstoppable, so that means you didn't stop when others did.
Exactly.
It's basically you didn't quit when others did quit. You didn't lose focus or lose sight of what was going on, and you didn't let the temporary setbacks and the temporary things that are going on in your personal life or in business or all the challenges or what's going on in society derail you. Remember we talked about that, knock you completely off the rail? No, you stayed focused. See, and Mikkel gave a excellent illustration to you guys. You have to be able to visualize your success. Get pictures. Like visualization is very important. You have to see yourself in abundance. You have to see yourself happy. You have to see yourself healthy. You have to see yourself, like Mikkel said, he got up, he didn't see himself in a wheelchair, even though he was paralyzed. That's what I mean by this Moguling Club is for the unstoppable. See, because you have a prosperous journey. That means a successful journey. And when you look at success, you guys are overcoming. You guys are triumphant. It's just now we have to go for the big. So I really wanted to say big success, but you have to go for things bigger than you, and that's where the self doubt, or self doubt from other people. You don't listen to that. If you have to, you got to encourage yourself. You're gonna have to look at those numbers. Like when the bank accounts, or like when you're trying to figure out how we're going to do this now. No, you pull that projection out. You pull out and you say that forward statement. It was companies just like the Pledge of Allegiance. They say it every day. And
Yes.
as you're saying it every day and you're visualizing it every day and you're acting out on it. See, this is another thing.
Every day.
There's a bunch of, yeah, every day, every minute. There's a bunch of people doing a lot of activity and they're busy, but they're not going to their forward looking statement. They're just like, what Luther Vandross said. They're doing the here and now. And that you see, when you have that, I forgot what movie that was. It's almost like the Matrix. Your forward looking statement snatches you out of Matrix. It snatches you out of day to day living, day to day bills, day to day income, day to day like life.
Yes.
You're
Mm-hmm.
no longer. Oh, I'm gonna say it.
Come
I
on.
told. I was telling Mikhail about not taking, like, if people didn't take loans. When I say loans, I mean car notes and mortgages, just personal stuff. You can take loans for business. And they decided not to take loans. I said they'll be millionaires within 5 years because they'll take that same money that was paying for the mortgages and them notes and insurance and all the other stuff and put it towards investing or different things. And yes, paying rent somewhere would be fine, and they would end up having enough money to buy their first whatever cash, their first homes and cars cash, and that would just keep going. So there will be victories because we don't need to focus in on what's going wrong. Little things will turn into big things. So
Absolutely.
yes, you will have victories along the way to encourage you. And you're gonna have to use those victories that you've already overcome. And I think people forget, like, whether you win in the last second or the last millisecond, you're gonna win. You're gonna succeed. That's as long as you don't show up. I don't want to use this example like the Miami Heat, but it did happen. It was a time when it was a game where this team was down and the fans even left. And somebody shot a free throw. They needed a three, and they were down by 4 points or 5 points, something like that. And a guy hit the free throw and he missed it, and it got tipped out to another guy and he hit it with less than point something on the clock, and they won. Oh no, they ended up winning. And then everybody's like, "We won." No, I think they tied the game and ended up winning. So all of the fans had already left. And then by the time they got home, they found out they won. And that's how it is when you're unstoppable. It doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter where it comes from. And I say, and this is true. And it was a lady I tell this to. It can happen from through anybody, through anywhere, at any time. So basically, what I used to tell her, God can get it to you through anybody, anywhere, from anywhere, at any time. It can come through you. That's the beauty of having businesses, especially for the people that are online, people that are digital, people on social media. You got clients all over the globe that'll reach out for your products and services. But again, like I said, like how me and Mikhail started talking was about the free advertisement. And I was telling him, I was like, no, Mikhail, there's ways for you to get stuff done when you don't have the money. Like when you get to a point and you don't have revenue coming in, whether it's business or it's a slow season for the business and the seasonal entrepreneurs and business owners, you have to start generating and finding wisdom on how to create other streams of income. So, say somebody sells sandwiches, now you start catering sandwiches, right? Or if it's a surf shop, now you start adding bikes, or, and most people don't like to hear this. It's true. You create different streams. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Mikhail was when he said that about, adding the subscription services to the credit reporting things. That was it. See, there's opportunities and there's other areas and other instructions that will come to bring you the revenue you need. And that's what happened to me this morning. I was looking at something and something came to me and it's just such a solution. I was so excited. And it was something that I told Mikhail. So we're gonna wrap this up. Everybody's unstoppable.
Ab-
Everybody's unstoppable.
Absolutely.
We keep it bigger than us. Everything we're doing is not. It's gonna benefit other people. That's the reason why we named this title. And you just starting your business, you already proved that you're gonna help some people. Yeah, your company and your ideas and your products is for other people, masses of people. And in exchange, they're gonna give you capital. So it's a win-win. They got something they needed, and you got something you wanted. It's an even exchange. That's why it's important for people to get out of themselves, because they'll miss that. The people that work for a living and employees, that's their mindset. How they're going to pay something for their baby or their bill, that's them all day long. It's totally about them. They don't even get by, like the kid that was selling lemonade. By him selling them $5 lemonades, they were good. It created something for him. So he doesn't be like, well, how am I gonna get my shoes and how am I gonna get, no. He probably gives his parents an allowance. Isn't that funny?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here he is. He make 2,000 a weekend selling that $5 lemonade, and then he gives something to his parents as an allowance. He said, "You guys go buy you something. Go buy mom something."
Absolutely. Absolutely. Entrepreneur right there, start
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, we got to
entrepreneur.
tell everybody that the wealthiest people in the world are entrepreneurs. You're in
Yeah,
good company. Business owners and entrepreneurs are the richest people, not athletes and entertainers. And I'm not taking a shot. And not politicians. The
absolutely.
richest people on the planet per capita are entrepreneurs and investors.
Absolutely. And I want to say to everyone who's listening, you're looking for mentors, dynamic business coaches, you found it right here. Myself, Michael Coleman, and Carlo Joseph, we are two of the best mentors and business coaches in the business. We super detailed, and we're going to mentor you and coach you the way that others don't. We're going to help you really get into that next elevation of your entrepreneurship, that next elevation of your abundance, that next elevation of your overflow, that next elevation of bigger projections, a bigger vision. That's what you're going to get. So we have mentorship and coaching where you can sign up. You can send an email to mogulingcapital@gmail.com. That's MOGULING capital@gmail.com. Or you can go into the description. There is a link inside the description that points to both of our websites. It goes to clearvisionclearpath.com and also goes to mcsstreaming.com/Moguling Mentors. You click on that link and you can sign up right now. We got a ton of people that are just constantly flooding us about our mentorship and business coaching. It's next level. Um, we're going to give it to you, and it's like it should be given to you when it comes to business coaching. You're talking about 20 plus years of professional experience, more than 20 plus years from both of us. You're going to get dynamic. You have myself who have started and created over 11 business. You have Carlo who have invested and created a total of 10 to more businesses. So you're talking about, you're talking to coaches who know the aspect of starting a business, growing a business, scaling a business, and helping reach the masses. So obtain our coaching, click on the links there, share this. And in closing, I want to say, let's go back and point out some very key points. And I hope you all have been taking notes. If you have not, please go back, listen to this recording right here on Clubhouse and take some notes. As Carlos was saying, success is in front of you. Keep that in mind. And know that you are unstoppable for success, because success is in front of you and it's ahead of you. Same thing. Keep executing forward. Keep executing forward. Go for the unexpected. Make it possible. Okay. Also, you must go forward with your goals. Same thing. Just go forward with your goals. Every day that we live brings new benefits. Know that. Every day brings new benefit. You can't go back in your past. You can only move forward. And remember, there is a responsibility when it comes to success. So there's a responsibility when it comes to success. And what are you going to obtain? In success, what you're going to obtain is the solution. So when you feel like you feel stagnant in your point, just continuously move forward and think about your success. And think about the solution. Think about the solution. And you'll see yourself living in that brand new home, driving that brand new car, because you've moved forward and you are unstoppable for your success. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for another amazing and empowerment topic right here on the Moguling Club for Moguling Talk, where our topic have been, you are unstoppable for success. We'll see you next time. Tune into our next segment. Have a good night.